বাংলা উইমেন্স নেটওয়ার্ক আমাদের প্যাশনেট কিছু বাংলাদেশি মেয়েরা যারা সিডনিতে আছেন তাদের একটা প্রচেষ্টা। আমরা চেষ্টা করছি আমাদের কমিউনিটির মেয়েদের যে কোনো প্রয়োজনের সাথে থাকতে। আপনার হয়তো জব দরকার, আপনি প্রথমে এসেছেন, আপনার অনেক ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড একাডেমিক রেকর্ডস আছে, আপনার পোটেনশিয়াল ভালো। অল ইউ নিড ইজ জাস্ট এ লিটল বিট অফ দ্য নেটওয়ার্ক। প্লিজ আস্ক আস, উইল বি দেয়ার। প্লিজ হেল্প আস, উইল ট্রাই টু হেল্প ইচ আদার। থ্যাংক ইউ।
This is Mohammed Shamim. I'm very excited to come here and join this wonderful event. I really appreciate the organizers and everyone to arrange this, and this is, I genuinely believe, is going to give a kickstart for those who is seeking for jobs and encourage all the young and existing persons who is looking to make their mark in the unknown countries in here. Thank you so much again for everyone to organize this and allowing me to be a part of this.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ashik Ahmed. I'm the co-founder of Deputy. Thank you, Pedba, for having me. I'm really looking forward to connecting with all the folks that are coming today about building their career in Australia. I'm a migrant myself, and if I didn't get the opportunity that I've had to come to Australia, connect with the locals and have the community support, I won't be where I am today. So I'm hoping, hopefully you all get value and connect with your peers and the community and build a great successful career. I mean, there's 160 million people in Bangladesh. Very few of us get the opportunity to be where we are today. And if it wasn't for events like this that you have put together, I don't know what will happen in the future. So thank you.
Events like this remind us how powerful it is for the community to step forward, to lift each other up, to learn and to grow. কবিগুরু রবীন্দ্রনাথ ঠাকুরের একটি কথা আছে, তুমি সাগর পাড়ি দিতে পারবে না যদি দাঁড়িয়ে জলের দিকে তাকিয়ে থাকো।
Good morning, hello, thank you all for coming to today's show, students and migrants. This is your day today. Are you having fun? I hope you guys love this event that we poured our heart into for the last over 2 months, days and nights. We hope that you guys enjoy and make the most out of it. Go around networking. I hope you guys had the opportunity today to do, and feel free to get in touch with us. Remember, this is not the end, this is just an event for today, but going forward we are going to be here, so please feel free to get into touch with us. Thank you.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আজকে আমাদের গ্র্যান্ডভিল টাউন হলে সিডনি বাংলা ওমেন নেটওয়ার্কের ক্যারিয়ার অ্যান্ড জব সার্চ ইভেন্ট হচ্ছে 19th অক্টোবর। আমার খুবই ভালো লাগছে এখানে এসে, অনেকের সাথে দেখা হচ্ছে, অনেকের সাথে পরিচয় হয়েছে। This is very important for networking in anyone in this community, especially for Bangladeshi community. তোমরা যারা নতুন আসবে মাইগ্রেন্ট, যারা ক্যারিয়ার ডেভেলপমেন্ট করার জন্য, they are looking for job, they are starting to start business. So we got a lot of representatives from different renowned organization. They came here to share their leaflet and you can talk to them. এবং আমাদের অনেকগুলো ট্রেনিং প্রোগ্রাম হচ্ছে। আমাদের 5 জন স্পিকার আজকে আছে যারা তাদের নিজেদের ফিল্ডে নিজেরা কষ্ট করে নিজেরা জিরো থেকে স্ট্যাবলিশ হয়েছে। সো তারা তাদের জীবন কাহিনী শেয়ার করবে। এবং তারপর আছে আমাদের কিছু ওয়ার্কশপ যেখানে আমরা জব ইন্টারভিউ থেকে শুরু করে কীভাবে নেটওয়ার্কিং এবং কীভাবে স্ট্যাবলিশ হতে হয় জব মার্কেটে বা বিজনেসে, সেটার উপরে আমরা ট্রেনিং দিচ্ছি। সো আই এম সো হ্যাপি দ্যাট আমরা এটা করতে পেরেছি, এবং আই এম লুকিং ফরওয়ার্ড ফর ইউ অল পিপল টু গেট as much as you can out of from this event. Thank you so much.
Sydney Bangla Women's Network is an organization that has been doing amazing work in the Bengali community for the last couple of years. Today's event is a job summit and careers fair to help mainly the students of the Bengali community and migrants. Please reach out if you need any help.
Assalamu alaikum, আমি সাবরিন। SBWN কে এই প্রোগ্রাম অর্গানাইজ করার জন্য অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ, বিকজ আমাদের কমিউনিটিতে দিস ইজ দ্য ফার্স্ট টাইম আই এম সিইং ক্যারিয়ার সামিট অ্যান্ড জব ফেয়ার। আমার মনে হয় না যে আমি এর আগে দেখেছি যে বাংলাদেশি পার্টিকুলারলি ফর উইমেন দেয়ার হ্যাজ বিন এনি ইভেন্ট লাইক দ্যাট, থ্যাঙ্কস টু মিতাপা, অ্যান্ড উই কল হার মিতাপা, শি ইজ নাইদাপা. So thanks to the whole team of SBWN for organizing it. I'm just looking forward to enjoying this program.
হ্যালো গুড আফটারনুন প্রথমে ধন্যবাদ জানাতে চাই SBWN-কে জব ফেয়ার এবং ক্যারিয়ার এক্সপো অর্গানাইজ করার জন্য আই থিঙ্ক ইট ইজ ওয়ান অফ দ্য কাইন্ড ইভেন্ট দ্যাট আই হ্যাভেন সিন ইন কাম্বারল্যান্ড প্রিভিয়াসলি আর আমাদের বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটির অনেক সাকসেসফুল entrepreneurs, business people, women's, and there are some other providers they are participating. I can see that CMRC is here as well. So many congratulations and best wishes, and all the credit goes to the organizer, Dr. Nahid Appu, all the volunteers, all the executive members. They have really worked hard. তারা অনেক পরিশ্রম করেছে সেটা এখানে দেখা যাচ্ছে, but is actually connecting the people who need the service with the service provider and how to become job ready, which is very very important. সো আবারও সবাইকে অসংখ্য অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ এই ইভেন্টে আসার জন্য। আর নাহিদ আপু, এরকম ইভেন্ট আমরা আরও ভবিষ্যতে দেখতে চাই।
I hope we can do it together. If you all help us, inshallah we'll do that. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Salam alaikum. My name is Aurelia Rahman, and I work at Community Migrant Resource Center, and I'm very excited to be here today. Thank you, Dr. Nahid, for inviting me to share some of our experiences at my workplace, and most importantly, to share pathways towards employment for everyone that is attending today, to help them find a path, find a new journey, a new career here in Australia. So thank you so much to the organizer. A very good job.
So I highly encourage the initiative like this, especially organized by Sydney Bangla Women's Network. And I'm very proud and I'm very honored to be here as one of the speakers today in this panel. And I definitely encourage all the women from Bangladeshi Network to come and join an initiative like this. And I do respect the members and all the team members working behind such a great initiative.
Assalamu alaikum, Shagaton, good afternoon. Hello everyone, what an amazing group of people I'm looking at right now. Sydney Bangla Women's Networker প্রথম জব ফেয়ার ক্যারিয়ার সামিটে আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগতম। আমার নাম নাইনা, and I'm very honored and excited to be your master of ceremony today at SBWN's Women's Empowerment event, proudly supported by Cumberland City Council. I would like to start by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land I'm standing on today. Today we're in Darug Nation, and I pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging, and I celebrate the rich and living cultures of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island peoples. Now, for those who are new to SBWN, Amra Act, a non-for-profit organization driven by the dedication of 36 Bangladeshi Australian women and 23 volunteers. Round of applause. Now, this program today, which has been spearheaded by two amazing members, Huma and Sabit, a little bit more on them later, is part of our Women's Empowerment stream. You will find details about our other two streams, Special Needs Wing and Senior Citizens Wing, on our running slides to my left on the projector here. We are really, really excited. We've been working day and night, all nights of the hour. But our beautiful event would be remiss of us to start with our Councillor Shuman Shahak of Cumberland City Council and former Deputy Mayor. Would you please come to the stage and start our beautiful show? Thank you.
Thank you, Naina. Give a big round of applause to Naina as well. We are all gathered here on the Darug land. So before I start, I like to respectfully acknowledge their continuing connection to our land, water, and culture, and pay respects to the elders, past, present, and now emerging. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to Sydney Bangla Women's Network for organizing this wonderful event. One of its kind in Western Sydney. And I like to request the organizer to consider organizing a similar event in my ward in Wentworthville. And I will work with your organization to make sure that event will be a successful one as well. Little bit about Cumberland. Cumberland City Council is one of the most diverse council in New South Wales, if not in Australia. We have over 65 different nationals live in Cumberland Council, speaking in various languages. But our diversity is not only in people, our diversity is in businesses as well, and we take pride on that. In Cumberland, we say that we welcome everyone. We want to empower people so everyone feels their belongings. And we also work with our people and businesses to make sure they are successful. I want to emphasize in Cumberland, we want to make sure as Sam feels he is a Cumberland resident, Suman feels the same way. Now, this event is all about jobs, skills. And when it comes about the jobs, my reflection on my community, which is mainly the Bangladeshi community, is that we don't have shortage in skills. In fact, we excel in many skills. But where we fall short is in soft skills. Now, I don't have 10 minutes or half an hour to take a MBA class or what I learned from my MBA. But when I reflect on my experience as a manager interviewing different people, I feel like that our community, those ones are looking for jobs and want to improve themselves, mainly should be focusing on communication skills. Now, when I talk about the communications have 4 stages. The first one is active listening. The second part is acknowledgement. And then third part, you give other person time to respond to you, because when you acknowledge the other person, that person will respond. And that's the time you buy before you finally respond to it. So this is something that I learned in my MBA. I like to request those ones are actively looking for jobs or even want to improve their communication skills to follow these steps. In many cases, what we tend to do is jump in and we want to say what we want to say, but without listening to the others. Now, you will be hearing from very expert panels this afternoon, and they are more expert than me in business, in the professional life, and I'm also looking forward to hear their success story. Shamim Bhai is excelling what he is doing, over 118 Subway stores. You will be hearing from him. Ashik Bhai, Aurelia Rahman, I had a little bit of opportunity to work with CMRC and what the great work that CMRC is doing in the area. They are supporting the communities. Dr. Sabreen Faruqi, who I call Sabrina Poo, and I had the great pleasure working with her in Cumberland City Council in my last term. And finally, who I thought would be representing the Nepali community, and I was thinking I'll be calling her Bibhaji, but Biva Apu. Now, when you hear from them, their story won't be much different from your story or my story. It is the story of the migrant. Now, a couple of women, I know this event has been wonderfully organized by the women, and I like to take this opportunity to acknowledge a couple of women in my community which I have great respect. Dr. Nahida Apu, and also I see we have Shuranjana Apu as well, and many others which I probably don't know. I really like to acknowledge all of you for the great contribution that you are making, and also empowering other women in our Bangladeshi community to do the same. Now, I was born in Khulna, Bangladesh, and I got married to a woman, she's from Dhaka. And many times she actually tells me, Suman, you are from Mofosshal. You know what Mofosshal is? Not the main city. But Khulna is also a divisional town in Bangladesh. So at home, I deal with 2 very powerful women, my wife and my daughter as well. But we do have many women's apu in our community who are excelling in what they are doing and taking initiatives to empower others as well. Now, when you will be searching for jobs, definitely you will be focusing on your soft skills, but let's also consider improving your confidence level. How good you feel when someone look at you and say, you are looking fit, you are looking healthy, you smell nice, you dress really nicely. Don't you feel good? It's actually not only that you feel good, it actually improves your confidence level. And that confidence we need to build, you need to build, those ones who are looking for the jobs, you have to build. And when you get that confidence, you'll be able to nail in your interview. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not take much of your time. I think I have done my part. But it is great to have this organization organizing these events and get many other supporting organizations who provide and help the similar support services to help our diverse community. Thank you very much for having me, and I look forward to working with the organization to do the better good. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Shumon Shaha, Cumberland City Council and former Deputy Mayor. A couple of amazing things he said. Today I'm actually going to listen to everyone and take their takeaways and put it in my little work bucket. He talked about acknowledging others and listening, and he talked about the special woman in his life. It's inspirational. Thank you. I'm looking for Riapu. Okay, good. Special thanks to Councillor Benjamin Susai, who has been an ongoing support of SBWN from the beginning, and Councillor Eliza Rahman. We might have Councillor Benjamin Susai come a bit later on, and we'd love to hear from him. While we do that, we're just going to mix it up a little bit. Our fabulous organisations who've come early to set up the tables there for you to go and ask questions and gather the insights you need, so make sure you use of it. So all the organisations, I'm going to call your names and describe you for a little bit. I want you to make some noise, do an interpretive dance, do whatever you like, so our beautiful audience can turn around and say where you are. The organisation who can make the most noise has bragging rights today, okay? Come on, it's a competition. I want to hear some noise. So everyone turn around when I talk about the organisation, and we see. Alrighty. We have a couple of booths. Let me introduce them and what they do. And I'm watching for you and your noise-making ability, people. Come on. First, we have Jigs Australia, who are migrant. Oh, good start, Jigs. Jigs Australia, they're the migrant job search assistance and immigration services like visas. Please go and visit Aman Shetty there. Woo, come on. Alrighty. We have Community Migrant Resource Centre, CMRC. Where are you? We've got some standing up action, I like it. They're the leader in the provision of specialised support services to newly arrived migrants, refugees and humanitarian entrants. Please go and visit Payal Dhiman there. Payal, you're right there? Fabulous. All right. Are we ready for the next one? Who is it going to be? We've got TAFE New South Wales. I love TAFE New South Wales. They are one of our leading providers of vocational education and training in Australia. Please visit Nazik Yako and Afroza Sultana. TAFE New South Wales. Thank you, TAFE New South Wales. Alrighty, who's next? Thank you, Riapu. We've got Auburn Youth Centre. Come on. Oh, yes. AYC provides a broad range of youth services for young people 12 to 24. We've got Tanzila Chowdhury there. Thank you, AYC. Appreciate it. Okay, we've got Shamim Group. Where are you, Shamim Group? Woo! Yes. a group of Australian subway franchises recognised for operational excellence and growth. We've got Turia alum sitting right there, and we have a special speaker coming up from the Shamim group too. Can't wait. Okay, we got Invicta Technical College. Where are you, Invicta? Yes. Nationally endorsed qualification emphasizing academic excellence and practical competencies for professional success. Please visit Syed Parvez there. Thank you. Couple more to go. I mean, we're all excited to give you all these services so you can ask all the questions you need. Assure Abilities, where are you? Yes. I see you, Haley. Please see Haley Fung there. Assure Abilities is an NDIS registered disability support provider. So please go and ask all the questions you have over there. We've got ACE Language and Adverse Global. Where are you? We've got Junaid Atiq Chaudhry there. Please go visit them. ACE Language are proud to be one of the leading PTA training institutes in Bangladesh and Sydney. And Adverse Global is program selection to visa processing, PTA, IELTS training, and post-visa services. Yes. Go ACE Language and Adverse Global. And that is amazing. A big round of applause for all the organizations. Come on. I think Assure Ability has won its bragging rights today with its spirit fingers there. I like it. Okay. We have another special guest here today, which I'm very excited to introduce. Can I please call Councillor Benjamin Susai to come to the stage and say a few words to our guests who are here to hear from you. Thank you, Councillor Benjamin Susai. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Susai Benjamin. Susai is the Tamil version of Joseph. I happen to be the last kid in the family. My father was a doctor. So under the Old Testament of Jacob, the 12th child was Benjamin, so he gave me the name Benjamin. But I have nothing to do with Israel, nothing to do with Jewish people, and nothing to do with Benjamin Netanyahu as well. So don't get confused. I am from Chennai, from South India. I live in Tungabi. I too want to recognize the Darug people, their custodianship of the land, and their connections, and their suffering, and the pains they've gone through when the whites came and attempted to eliminate them. But they're not eliminated, they're still there in strong force. I'm wearing this because I don't want to waste this. This is freshly made by the communities of St. Luke's Catholic Church in Marsden Park. They opened a new church. The whole ceremony was still going on. So I slipped out because Ria said you should come here. So I said I'll come here. So it's a massive church, a large college, St. Luke's College. You might have heard about it. So I'm coming from there. So I'm sorry I'm a bit late, and explaining why I'm wearing this is very beautiful. I don't want to waste it, you know. I can throw it in the bin. I think it's not fair. So, anyway, I'm a solicitor. That's my current profession. I used to work for Office of State Revenue. I had a lot of colleagues from the Bangladeshi Aussie community there as well. So I resigned the job in February 23. And I'm full-time with the Tungabi Legal Center. Is operating in Tungabi. We have been operating for 18 years. We have assisted over 15,000 people who are struggling, who cannot get legal aid. For those of you who may know, legal aid has got two big gates. Gate number 1, means test. Gate number 2, merit test. So if you don't pass one or the other, you don't get any support from the legal aid at all. And even if you pass the two tests, there are some areas of law the legal aid does not support you. That's the background of mine. Now, today is about empowerment of women. I can see quite a few women, and I can also see some men who are supporting the women, I suppose. Now, one of the things that I would say to women who wants to advance themselves, I'm not too sure, what stages people are, is to learn more. Learn more means even if you got a permanent job, try to learn more, acquire more knowledge. I was assisting a woman, a teacher who held a permanent position from South Asia, and I asked her, what are you doing about advancing your knowledge? She said, no, I don't need to do that. I've got a full-time job, permanent job, so why should I bother? Guess what? After some time, she was terminated unceremoniously. So, first thing I say, we still have not learned a lot. We still have to learn. You must demonstrate your thirst for knowledge. Nobody is an expert, we have got so much to learn. The second thing I suggest to women, and is equally applicable to men as well, volunteer your time. Don't sit down, watch television and play the games, but go out there, interact with the community at large, and see how your talent can be put to use by the community at large. Very critical, this one, very critical. You learn and create a big network of people in volunteering and contributing to your time. Then you learn a lot by doing that. Interact with people, you've got a greater confidence then. Not only that, but when you're applying for a new job, perhaps your friend where you volunteered can give a beautiful testimonial saying, you're very good. Third element, improve your communication. Improve your communication. Learn to speak well, loud, clear, slow. Anyway, I'm going to stay here, I'm not going away. My next commitment is in the afternoon at 5 o'clock, so I've got enough time to interact with you people over a bit of a food, I suppose, and I'm hungry. So, and we can talk more about what you can do for the community. Thank you very much for your invitation, for the opportunity to say a few words. Bye-bye.
Yes, I'm vertically challenged. Thank you. Thank you, Councilman. I absolutely resonated with your volunteer your time, as we do, our 36 members in SBWN. It is actually how I started my career, by volunteering in those networks I still have today. We still meet up once a year. Volunteering your time is amazing. Okay. When you empower a woman, it never stops with her. It starts with her. History has proven when you empower a woman, you empower her family, her friends, and her community. Now, it is not lost on us that behind every successful woman, there is a supporting husband, a father, and a family. Welcome to all the families of the women that join us. We absolutely applaud you, and thank you for being here. Okay, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. If you didn't know, the toilets, the men's and the ladies, are down the hallway to the left and the right. Can I please request, if we have children, to please keep an eye on them? There is a main road in the front. So we just want to make sure of that. All right, our panel discussion will be starting soon. That is the order of events. Then we'll take a little break. And after that, we will for sure do our focused workshop. Apologies, we just had to move some things around, but that's the fun in it. There is a famous saying that there is magic in what happens when women gather. Ideas grow wings, courage becomes contagious, and that really has been the theme of the way that we planned today's event. On that note, we have designed the day for you, whether you're a new student, whether you're a migrant that's taken a career break, or just looking to revitalize your existing career. We hope that today, on the words that our councilmen have said on the panel, you will find something that will unlock your potential within. I know I already have so far. So calling all dream chasers, we are excited to give you a little pocket of knowledge and inspiration today. So I'm going to get started with our panel members. Let's go. I'm going to quickly ask Huma to get on stage. Huma was one of those names I mentioned who will be hosting the panel. While she gets herself, I'll be introducing each panel member by name and talking a little bit about them. Please get your applauses going. They have given their time and donated their time for your benefit. We are so excited and honored to have them. Our first panel member, Dr. Sabreen Faruqi, President of Cultural Diversity Network, Inc. From dedicated educator to a pioneer PhD, her achievements don't stop there. She is also an Order of Australia Medal winner. Through CDNI, she has been assisting new migrants, refugees, asylum seekers in their settlement in Australia. But I have to tell you, she's a very creative person. I love talking art with her. Dr. Sabreen Faruqi, please have a seat. Thanks, Yaki. I think, right. Yes. Okay, our second panel member, Mr. Ashik Ahmed, co-founder of Deputy. A tech entrepreneur turning humble beginnings as a 16-year-old flipping burgers in a $1.1 billion dream, a success story and an inspiration for sure. Reading one of your interviews, he said something that I relate to. Optimism always wins, be an energy creator. Welcome, Ashik Ahmed. Our next panel member, Ms. Ayesha J. Bibha, our thought leader in Mindspeed. A certified speaking professional and an award-winning mentor. Her global talks inspire resilience and innovation. From her top 10 lessons of the past 10 years, she said, "The respect that you really need is to earn from yourself." Love that. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Our next panel member, Mr. Mohammed Shamim, franchise owner at Subway Australia. Starting from humble beginnings 18 years ago to today, he owns 108 Subway outlets across Australia, ranking him amongst the franchise's largest global operators. We are so grateful he has flown all the way to Sydney just for today to attend this program. We're immensely thankful. Thank you so much. Ms. Aurelia Rahman, Head of Community Engagement, Community Migrant Resource Centre, CMRC. From Romania to Australia, Aurelia Rahman's 25-year journey at CMRC is truly inspirational. Dedicated to empowering refugees and migrants, she builds bridges that fosters inclusion and opportunity. On a personal note, yes please. Growing up in Sydney in the last 35 years, she has been the most encouraging auntie to myself and Mihir. Thank you so much for being here. What a good-looking and amazing panel, come on! Woo! Can I introduce panel host today, Huma, who is one of two members who's been spearheading today's show. Huma, thank you for having. Are you excited?
Absolutely, I'm very excited.
I am so excited. Have a seat, I'll give you this mic.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to this amazing event organized by Sydney Bangla Women's Network, proudly supported by Cumberland City Council. Today is all about possibilities.
about exploring pathways, learning from each other, and getting inspired. Getting inspired by those who have walked the same path as you and I. As migrants, we all know the journey of finding our place in a country can be filled with opportunities and also challenges. And that's what all this discussion is all about today. Today, we have an amazing panel of speakers who have built meaningful careers in Australia while staying true to their roots and community values. Extremely, extremely humble to have this amazing community of panels today with us today. Each of them brings their own inspiring stories from leadership and entrepreneurship to community impact and career growth, and I can't wait to start this discussion today. We will start from the beginning. As we always know, every beginning is a little different and every beginning is quite inspiring. We'll start off the question and answer with Ashik Bhai. Sorry, you're the first one today. Ashik Bhai, let's start from the beginning. You have built a remarkable career in leadership and innovation. Many young professionals dream of starting something meaningful. So I would like to ask you, how did it all begin? How did Deputy suddenly came into your mind? How did you come up with a solution to help everyone out there, the organizations, individuals, everything? So all over to you.
Thank you. Okay. First of all, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you once again for organizing this event. Now, Deputy will be 17 in 2 weeks, so I can't necessarily summarize 17-year history in 2 minutes. But I will say this, and as I've met quite a lot of other entrepreneurs, and many of you who are studying your journey, you don't choose your passion chooses you. And I don't think, when I came to Australia or started studying computer science in University of Melbourne, I knew that I will be an entrepreneur. I think a series of events happened in life, and it's all about timing. And if you can just maximize the timing at what happens, inshallah, everything will work out. And how I started even in the world of tech is a funny story, and it's actually, let me tell the story, okay? It's a very funny story, and I hope we can get some inspiration from it. I was working in Hungry Jack's, okay, true, and I remember that was my first job after coming to Australia. My whole family migrated in Brunswick in Melbourne, and I was working in the Hungry Jack's. If you have been to Melbourne, right next to Crown Casino, at the end of the tunnel, there is a Hungry Jack's there. That's where I used to work. And when I got my job, there was this employee handbook, and page 25 of the handbook was the rules if you don't want to come to work. Like, you can't call in sick within 4 hours notice, you can't swap shifts, blah, 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 all these different things. A little did I know, 10 years after that, I would be starting a company that solves that, but I did not know back then. And even how I started in the world of IT was, I used to like computers, and one day I was with my friend at his house, and we're playing this computer game, and I remember his mom walked in and asked, Ashik, are you any good at SQL? Because her husband's place is looking for somebody who's good at SQL. And I'm like, I don't even know what SQL stands for. But does she know what SQL stands for? Probably not. Okay. And I'm like, when can I meet? I said, okay, go next week. You come. I didn't answer whether I am good at it or not. But between that discussion on a Friday at 10 a.m., till 9 a.m. on Monday, I spent the entire weekend studying everything I can. And back then, they didn't even have fast internet. We were in dial-up internet. I had to go to another friend's house to download Oracle, to install it in my computer, to learn everything about it, show up, do the interview. They gave me a problem to solve the problem. I got the job. And that's the only job interview I ever had in my life. I'm not saying lie, but if you're given an opportunity, whether you can or can't, believe in yourself, back yourself, you'll figure it out. That's basically the whole mantra of being a migrant. You come to this country without knowing what's going to happen in this country. and you figured it out. So apply the same mindset in every opportunity and job you're given. And rest is history.
Oh, wow. That is very inspiring. That is very, very inspiring. Did you say one job interview?
Yes.
Can we have a round of applause for that? This is a great thing. Absolutely amazing. Now I would move to Shamim Bhai, who's more into the business story, I would say. Your success story from a student leading up to become a franchisee king is nothing short of phenomenal. It's amazing. You have not built businesses, but you have created opportunities for many. As one of the great leaders of our country has said, people are born as entrepreneurs, and you're one of them. So usually with an international student coming into a country, they tend to get bogged down with the responsibilities of studies, job, securing themselves. You came as an international student as well, but what made you think out of the box that, no, you don't want to go for the traditional way, but you want to become the king of your own world, and you want to become a businessman and then eventually grow from there? What made you inspire that?
I think I was lucky up to a certain extent that I worked in the business as a overseas student part-time for 4 years before I start my own. And it gave me the opportunity and the confidence that if I buy and if I establish a business like this, I can run. But in saying that, like everyone else, once you finish your studies, you get a bit nervous to say, do I go to jobs or in business? I think I'm a very big calculative risk taker, so didn't have any, as a student, either go to school or come to work. That was pretty much my 4 years. Never even have time to spend money, so whatever I earned, I saved. Because eating in Subway, working in Subway, sleeping at home, and that's pretty much the same routine. Now, when I started in Subway as a sandwich artist, like a normal team member, within 6 months I was offered to be a manager. Then a few months later I was offered to run multiple restaurants. And that kind of gave me a confidence, and I started liking what I was doing, because it's nothing to do with the money, or it's nothing to do with, even I didn't even have a goal that, okay, I'm going to do these things the rest of my life. I felt like I was liking managing the business. Management was one of my passions. I came here, did accounting and finance, but I never liked it. I liked my management because I've got an MBA from Dhaka University, and when so this was my passion. So for me, the goal was, if I'm in business, I would get to do what I want to do. That was my thing. Like, I didn't want to come up with an idea, someone will turn that idea down and, keep doing your things. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do business, and look like I'm running 4 or 5 restaurants quite comfortably. Why don't I do something for myself? So that was one of the reasons for me to go. I like the product, and so I thought, okay, well, I'll be Subway. And during that time, when I start thinking about, buying Subway restaurants and be a franchisee, somehow this came in my mind. I have to have 5 Subway restaurants. That was the goal. I never had a goal of owning more than 100 restaurants. I wanted to have 5. And so, because that moment, anyone has 5 restaurants will be like known by everyone else. So I thought, okay, if I can buy and run 5 Subway restaurants efficiently, that will turn as a success for me. When I did that, like Ashibai was saying, that sometimes you start doing something. So within 6 months' time, my restaurant done really, really significantly good. So I was awarded an award from Subway saying Rising Star. So I thought, okay, I'm doing great, and everyone else seems to think that I'm doing great as well. And in the meantime, I want to say, I studied in Deakin University. I was actually offered to be a lecturer there. And I thought, I think I'm liking what I'm doing now as a Subway franchisee. And my parents were saying, they're really disappointed on me because, I could become a teacher. And my dad was a teacher for 36 years. And I said, no, I don't want to be a teacher. I want to be a business person. So once I have 5 restaurants, I felt like, I think I'm doing all right. So the key thing I feel in the whole journey is once you set up a goal, like, I had a goal of having 5 restaurants. And I think I got it within a year and a half. Because, sometimes you set something up and you become successful, and that goal gives you more and more confidence to keep going for that. I had people who I saw as a mentor, and I wanted to say, okay, I want to be like him, and he has 7 restaurants, I want to have 5 restaurants. They have been in the business for 15, 16 years. So it kind of gave me, or maybe a little bit arrogant as well, I would say, honestly, that, okay, if I have done it within 2 years or a year and a half, I might be able to get even farther. So we keep pushing. I was extremely, extremely good, I would say, planning my money and managing my team. So that, and then I've got an amazing team, I have got employees who started with me and still working with me in this 14 years of my journey. So from the day one till today, I think having a precise goal in your mind, and your goalpost will shift all the time. As you grow, it will, you'll always challenge yourself to go even farther. But if you have got a specific goal in your mind and you keep working towards it, I think anything is possible. If I can do it, anyone else can do it.
Thank you so much, Shamim Bhai. Out of the 2 gentlemen that just spoke, what's the magic number? 1. Someone gave 1 job interview, and someone bought 5 stores within 1 year. So I believe 1 is the magic number here. With this, I would, obviously with international students or migrants, there is a lot of challenges, I would say, when they're trying to settle down in the country. My question to Bibha would be, you have encouraged a lot of people in your career, in your journey of becoming who you are today. A lot of us, when we settle into the new place and we call it our home, when we're trying to make this a new home for us, we suffer from imposter syndrome. We feel the other person is always better than us. We try to undermine ourselves. Can you suggest what we can do, or what will empower us to differentiate us from the other person and not compare ourselves anymore?
Oh, thank you so much. It's a beautiful question. And comparing, I would say, please do compare yourself, but not with others, with yourself, right? So I do this so many times, like every year I have my own journal to set my goal, what I want to see myself for the next year down the line. So compare with yourself. Are you growing? Are you growing to the right direction? Like from Shamim Bhai, from Ashik Bhai, we know that they had a goal. They know where am I today and how do I want to approach. So number 1 is that, and number 2, the feeling that I'm not good enough, is not enough. Sometimes if I tell you the truth, it's actually good. It's actually pushing you to do the next thing. So take it as a positive signal for yourself so that you can grow and invest on yourself. Don't take it as a reason for not doing what you want to do, okay? So take it as a reason to have more courage, to be more creative, to explore new community, to build more network, to explore what you haven't tried before. Because from the perspective of neuroscience, because I'm an expert on that area, I just want to add a little bit, because our brain always wants us to stay safe. Anything you do new, anything you try, it will stop you. And it will say, oh, don't do this, you'll die. So it is so bad. So what you're going to do, you just need to trick your brain telling that, no, I know, but I'm still going to try. See, I could do this. So you have to do more self-talk, challenging back to yourself, saying that I know I'm doubtful, I don't know how to do this, but I can try. I know I may fail, but who cares? I can at least learn. I know I may not be able to make it this time, but I will try again and again and again. So having that push inner self-dialogue, that's very much important than looking at other people and collecting all the evidences who are saying what to you and what they're thinking. Like, you don't know what they're thinking, but you perceive Probably this person is thinking this way about me. Probably he is not liking me or she is not liking me much. So it's all perception, it's all our own made up story to ourselves that we tell, and that's stopping us. Please stop doing this and start saying that, yeah, I know I'm not good enough, but I can still do this, I can still try. So that's how you can grow to the next level.
Thank you so much, Bibhapu. That was a wonderful response, and that kind of puts everyone to encourage ourselves to do the best of our abilities. I'll move on to Sabrina Pu with the next question. I'd like to hear your perspective on this. What helped you stay grounded and confident when you are finding your place in the new environment? As far as I've been told, you are a DU graduate as well. You came here for your master's and then you did your PhD. So there's a lot that you have added to your hat. So what helped you stay grounded? And I would say, as a woman, and with your career as well, what are the challenges you have faced, or you think the migrants or the international students as women are facing in the current days, and what can they do to empower themselves?
Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thanks Uma for the question. Well, my talk will be a little different. So we have been hearing about the success stories and all the courage, but my story is a little different. So I deal with people who go through crisis. So I think we all here first generation migrants, and I think it's difficult for most of us to settle in a new place, and it can be Australia or any other country. So my journey started with crisis. So people talk about all the positive things I've done, and thank you so much for the lovely introduction. Naina is there. But it hasn't happened in one day, and I was never a confident person. In my entire school life, I never went to the stage to talk about anything. I didn't see myself there. So the confidence was never, ever there. And then but I was a good student, so that was something positive. But when I came here, I did study. But the thing is, I struggled with with the career in Australia. So I came here 21 years ago, and the entire reason of helping community is basically my struggle. Because I saw how women struggle, men, women, everyone struggles, but my dealing is with women particularly, so I'll focus on it. So a lot of issues we need to deal with, and as a first generation migrant, I know that we actually don't know what offers are there in the community, who the mentor is. All those things we don't know. So I went through this journey. Ashik Bhai had one interview. I had many interviews. I had hundreds of applications I put. So professionally, I'm a public servant, which no one talks about because people know for my community work. So I work in the Fair Work Ombudsman as an advisor. But that's my daytime job. I'm passionate about the community work, and that's kind of thing people know me about. So now your question, what they face. I will focus on women. That doesn't mean men don't face it. So women who come here as on spouse visa. My dealings predominantly with women who are students and who are on spouse visa. I deal with domestic violence victims, if probably many of you don't know about it. So when they're here on spouse visa, a very common scenario is they take a break, like they were doing something in Bangladesh or overseas, whatever country. They come here, get pregnant or become mom, and then there is a career break. Then they start thinking about job after 5 or 6 years. Then there is already a gap in the system, in the career. Then they struggle. What they struggle with, they don't know where to go, how to look for job, whom we can talk to about job. Then they look for casual jobs because they have to adjust with the family commitment. These are the things women go through. So men rarely, women go through it. So they look for the job that suits their timing. They have to go back by 3 o'clock to home. So they mainly go to restaurants and all the retail jobs. There is nothing wrong with it. But having a good career is a problem for all these women. So having a job and then guiding them, helping them, and getting support at home. This is one crucial thing, and particularly in some communities, it's lacking. It is happening everywhere, but I'm from Bangladesh, and I obviously know about our community and our culture. So the expectation from the women to do everything and then do your job, there is no problem, but do everything else too. So I was reading somewhere in Facebook, that was in Bangla, যে সমাজ চায় মেয়েরা চাঁদে যাবে কিন্তু যাওয়ার আগে দুটো পরোটা বানিয়ে দিয়ে যাবে. So it is so unfortunate. এখন আমাদের সমাজ চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে, so that society is changing. Yes, women can do everything, but you do everything first and then you do it. So the expectation of the society, and it's not possible to meet the commitment and the expectation and do everything. So going back to the main question, so the guidance and basically knowing the unknown. We don't know what offer is there, and we have fabulous organizations who have put their stall here. I know very much about Auburn Youth Center, AYC, Tanzila is there, yes, and I'm based in Auburn, and I'm also in their board, so I know the fabulous work they're doing. We have CMRC and other organizations here, so they are there for this information. So when I was new migrant, I didn't know about all these things. And yes, the society, the expectation from the society, these all things basically keep women behind. And I think we will talk about the solutions later, but these are key three things: not having a mentor, not knowing actually what offer is available, and getting into the job market, and lacking the support in terms of having the first opportunity and lacking the support at home. So these are a few things I can think about. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sabrina Poe. That's very true, and I agree. Having the right support network can actually make a lot of the difference. Honestly speaking, when I stepped in this country in 2017, I didn't know any of that existed. It took me a while. COVID happened, and that's when I got to know a lot of the organizations, including SBWN and others as well. I'll pass on the next questions to Aurelia. You have been deeply involved in various community projects, initiatives, and seen our community evolve over the years. From your perspective, what do you think we as a Bangladeshi community are doing really well, and where do you think we need to improve a lot more?
All right. Thank you so much for that question. And once again, thank you, the organizers, for doing such a magnificent job with the forum today. Congratulations, and delighted to be here and to be invited to sit on this panel with such amazing minds. And I have learned a lot. So before I answer the question, can I say that from everything that you have shared here, I have learned a lot, because that learning process never stops, and you should never stop it. You learn every day from someone close to you, from someone on TV, on the media, on your colleague. I learned from my students that are here today, and I give them a big round of applause for manning the stall, because I couldn't get anyone from my colleagues to be here today due to a lot of being Sunday, being Diwali tomorrow, and so many other things. So that's one, that process of learning and improving your skills is never ending. I mean, it ends, you know when, but until then, please take the opportunity to do that improvement. And what I wanted, before I answer the question, I'll get to that.
Sure.
It's when we came here, and we came here in I think 1986, and as skilled migrants, but I myself, in terms of career guidance and so on, knowing English, both of us and so on, but I had trouble because my degree is in teaching. I was a teacher of English in my country of origin, Romania, and then marrying and getting out of the system of the country at that time when there was the communist, very ruthless communist rule. I spent a couple of years in Bangladesh, then coming to Australia. I was at a loss. I didn't know what to do with my teaching degree, because I thought, look, I know English, I'm very good in grammar. Actually, that was my favorite subject. But coming here and teaching English to people that, they speak English out. I mean, I didn't think of the migrant teaching English at MEP, my adult migrant English program. Might be a bit too much, and I always will have an accent, and I didn't want that to be something that keeps me back. So I lacked the guidance, and because we spoke English so well, and that's what I wanted to share with everybody, and I share in my work at CMRC, we didn't look for services that could help us. Yes, we can get everything mainstream. So we looked, my husband got a job, a couple of them pretty quickly because he was in IT, but I was a bit stuck with a little child as well, and I didn't know what to do. I was not, as I said, I didn't want to pursue my career in teaching, but what can I do? So just to do something, because you get bored after some time, I started with a secretarial job for an actuarial company, of all places. So not having the formal guidance, but one of the actuary I was working for, he said, he saw my kind of trying to make sense of everything. I'm not a person that has many skills or talents or, things that I can pursue. So what can I do? So he said, you would be very suited for the community sector, community services sector. What's that? I didn't even know because we didn't have that in Romania. And one piece of advice that I would want to give everyone, there are so many services and programs here in Australia that you may not have, even in Bangladesh. I'm acquainted with Bangladesh pretty well, or even in other countries from where refugees come. We work with a lot of refugees. They don't have this community sector as developed as it is here. So I didn't know. But then I was approached also by my Romanian community at that time to see how we can bring the community together to work on projects. And I'm coming, this is my big segue to answering your question. I was approached to bring the community together, do community development. And I'm sharing with you, at the time, I was not understanding, what do you mean? Because I didn't come from a background where in the country it was something like that. So I'm not so slowly, but very, how should I say, on a regular basis, I started learning the jargon here in the community sector. Some of you, Sabrine, and all that is just, but I started learning. And sometimes I feel that I faked it till I made it, kind of thing. So you have to, and that resonated, most importantly, the working for people, supporting people, helping people resonated and resonates very well with who I am. And that's, helping someone that is new to a country find their way. Because we were a bit, we knew the language, we could understand going mainstream, but a lot of people come, and especially in my line of work, working with a lot of refugees, they don't master the language, they don't have even functional English, so they start from zero or close to zero. It's very individual, and the casework that we do is individualized. So not everybody is like that. We hate generalizations, but a lot of people need to work with their individual, where they are, the individual skills and knowledge, and take it from there. So now, I think the Bangladeshi community, and I know because my husband is Bangladeshi, and I have a lot of touch, I hope, and connections with the community, it's in a very good place, I would say, compared to other communities, because you are very much connected, and you organize, the different organizations that are here in Sydney. I'm just confining myself to Sydney. They have a lot of cultural and social initiatives in which you open up to anyone that is new to the country and those that have been here for a long time. So you are in a very good position to support those that are new arrived, support those that need a bit of career guidance, because like myself, so many years ago, I didn't know what I'm going to do, and I would, what am I going and what I like. But you have here, and especially through events such as today, opportunities to network and with people that have gone through that. Some of them have gone through that pathway. Some of them have become very, very successful businessmen. And also, small business is an interesting pathway, because if you have, and we advise that at CMRC, and until recently, we had a very successful program called Multicultural Small Business Program. Unfortunately, we don't have funding for that anymore, for whatever reasons, not going there. But very successful, because it works with multicultural communities, with those that have a skill, a talent, something that they want to do, and they want to transform that into self-employment. And we encourage that as well. If you have anything that, I could see the caterer here today, she set up a small business for herself. That's wonderful. Self-employment is really great. So I think the community, and I'm not sure if I have to answer all the questions, but I think what you are doing is fantastic. You are just embracing newcomers and supporting each other. And from my experience across various communities, the Bangladeshi community is very united. There are lots of organizations, you might say, but in the sense that Bangladeshis, by their nature, they are very helpful, and they are very supporting someone that is in need and needs kind of a break. So mentoring, I would say, and there are a lot of mentors here today, could be a good pathway for those that are looking for where to start, what do I do? So if you have a career, if you have someone that you admire, a career in mind, something that you like doing, don't hesitate approaching those people to provide a bit more kind of understanding of the road ahead. And don't be afraid of feeling lost. I mean, I was there, I've been there, done that, and what I can say, there is a pathway there. You just have to look for it. But just first, and before I finish, look inside yourself and understand what you like doing. It's very important. You know what they say? If you like doing something, you transform that into your passion, into your work, you'll never work a day in your lives. So first of all, look at yourselves, what you like doing, something that has to align with your values naturally, and what talents you have, what skills you bring, and then ongoing continuous learning and improvement process. That's very important. We learn every day, especially in this day and age, with the advancement of technology, the way it is and the way it is going. We definitely need to be in front of that, and we have to keep up with technology, for instance, and keep up with everything that is in all the fields. Someone said to me that in 2050, 60% of the jobs of today, they will not be there. Do not panic. I mean, the 60% of the jobs that are here today won't be in 2050, but there will be other jobs. The jobs market is always transforming, and always try to keep up with that. And it's very important to have that adaptability. And I think adaptability and being open to transformation and growth and development. And by finishing, I would like to say that TEF New South Wales and Nazik Yako, who is the stakeholder engagement manager there, is here. Pathways towards education and learning new skills, keeping updated and upgraded is very important. And yes, everything will be fine, but there are always ups and downs in anyone. And it's better that way, because we always learn more from the downs rather than being on the ups. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aurelia, for the beautiful response. Kobiguru Robindranath একটা কথায় তা বলেছিলেন যে যদি তুমি সাগরের দিকে যদি তাকিয়ে থাকো তাহলে তুমি সাগর পাড়ি দিতে পারবে না, সাগর তুমি তখনই পাড়ি দিতে পারবে যখন তুমি এগিয়ে যাবে, শুধু দাঁড়িয়ে জলের দিকে তাকিয়ে থাকলে তোমার সাগর পাড়ি হবে না। সো হোয়াট দ্যাট রিয়েলি মিনস ইজ ইউ নিড টু এম্পাওয়ার yourself to move forward. Nothing comes in a plate. You need to bring that plate in front of you and then take the most out of it. Thank you so much for the thoughtful response, Aurelia. One of the common words that I have understood from this discussion is mentorship. Now, my question to Shamim Bhai and subsequently Ashik Bhai would also be, what is the role of mentorship in someone's life for becoming successful?
It's extremely important. So when I, like I said, I started my career here in a Subway restaurant, and eventually I end up buying one. The person I used to work for, he actually helped me to get my first one. And if I think whenever I learned something, I learned a lot. I had a good kickstart, if you say this way, because I was working with him. So when you are in a job, and if you really think this is what you like and you want to go distance with this, try to learn it. Earning money from a job would be a secondary. It sounds strange when we are all looking for a job because we are struggling with bills and all, but this is the reality. You need to choose between job and career. You really need to think, okay, sometimes in our situation, we will have the opportunity where we just have to get into something to get by, but then you really have to say, okay, where I want to see myself in few years to come. And then you make a plan. We all have a destination. We all say, okay, we are at A and we need to go to B. Our route to go to from A to B could be different, but that's the ultimate destination, that you want to go from A to B. But what I find that when I had the opportunity to work with a lot of employees that I hired in my own business. Sometimes I have seen someone, like I said, I have got employees who have been working with me for a long time. I actually have an employee who got his first restaurant just yesterday. So he had worked with me and he bought his own restaurant. Like I worked with someone and I got my first restaurant. He stick to me, he tried to learn from me like I stick to my boss and I try to learn from him. And I know where I want to go eventually. So I learned everything as if what I'm going to do when I have got my own business. So you really need to look up to someone who you think, this is who I like, this is how this person is doing this, and I want to be one like him and follow that. I just, sometimes people have got sayings, so I have got my own saying every now and then. I genuinely believe two type of person is going to be very, very successful. You have to be extremely genius, maybe like our Ashik Bhai, or you have to follow someone who is a genius. That's our mentor. So really, if you want to succeed in your life, you really need to understand, you have to have your own experience and skill, but you also need to go back to someone like a reference check. Okay, I'm doing this, what do you think? What should be done? If you are in a sector and if you are interested to shine in that sector, you find someone that you think is good at that, and you just go back to that person like a reference check. So it's very, very, very important that we set someone like our mentor and we follow that person. And we have got sometimes, a lot of us are guilty of that. Sometimes we go for an advice and then we do not listen to that advice. So this is what we really, really need to learn over the time. We have got accountant, but we do not follow what the accountant is saying. I'm just going to do by things that I think is right. So if you have set someone as your mentor, and if you say, okay, this person knows better than what I know at this moment, at this stage, please do listen to their advice, or at least think about what they have said and put your own input and go forward. So the answer to your question is extremely, extremely important that you have a mentor at least early stage of your life who you want to follow for doing things the way you do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shamim Bhai. I'll ask the same question to Ashik Bhai, please.
Mentorship. Look, I define mentorship in three categories, especially, if you look at yourself, and I look at myself. What do I don't know that I should know? What am I not seeing that I should see? And, what should I do that I'm not doing? Okay, and you can get mentorship in various areas. Someone like your previous boss, but you also have to understand that the mentors you're talking to, they're giving their perspective. They're giving an advice that might have worked for them that may not work for you. I am not encouraging by any way to anybody to just go for one interview, just for the record, okay? I got lucky. I really got lucky. My main message in the other thing was that back yourself in being able to figure it out. And look, one of the sources of mentor, I must say, that we don't have probably look into is your other significant other. Like, my wife is here. She's a volunteer with SBWN, and I have this, maybe a fault of mine that, as she points out, or maybe a strength, is that I always think like, what could go right? What could go right? And she, on the other hand, always focuses on what could go wrong. And she will always correct me, and this is what you're not saying. And I will tell you, I've hired probably at least done 1,000 interviews in hiring people at deputy, and I still get it wrong in hiring. And there was this one deputy birthday party where my wife was in, and I introduced to one of the executives, and Sheila was telling me, he's not going to work out for you. He's going to do something bad. You should fire him. I'm like, well, you just met him for 5 minutes and you already know that, and I work with every day and I don't see it. Turned out she was right.
I think it's the woman's sixth sense as well.
Yeah. And so, you can definitely, seek mentorship from many places. A very controversial mentor right now I'll give for everyone that everybody has access to in this room is any AI agent, be it ChatGPT or Claude. Seriously, I know a lot of my peer CEOs that I work with, if we're facing a problem, we literally just prompt it. Okay, I am this is my problem, what are my options? Give me 10 different options, okay? And weigh into that. So I'm not saying that, hey, just use AI for mentor, but the availability of mentorship is everywhere, okay? Be it a career counselor, be your friend. And I also encourage everyone to mentor others where possible. You don't necessarily need to have the specialty. One of my personal motto is that validation in life comes from enriching other people's lives. Okay, it's not about the money, it's not about the wealth, it's not about how many houses or cars you have, it's actually how many lives you have been able to enrich in the time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you in this world. And, and exactly as Shamab was saying, that, I had one of those moments where somebody I employed have started their own company, and as much as it hurt to say goodbye to them from the employee, I was so proud at the very same moment that, what, now that you are going to go and start that company, you're going to employ more people, and the socioeconomic good you will create in the world. So I would also encourage everyone over here to mentor others where possible. You all have a unique skill that you are good at that somebody else is not. So utilize it.
Thank you. That's just a very powerful statement. I would ask a very, I would say, a general question that is possibly one of the most talked questions from the audience, and I would ask that to Shamim Bhai. Being a job giver, what qualities do you really look into a candidate during the hiring process?
I see it in a different way. I think when I'm employing someone or someone is coming to get a job with me, I do not see it as an employer or employee relationship. I think it's a partnership. You come and tell me what you have to offer to me, and I will see what I need from you. If my expectation matches what you have to offer, then you'll get the job. So, in a nutshell, when you go to get a job, I would rather say do not ask how much you can get. We're in Australia, we cannot pay you less than what you should go or must get. But you tell me how you are going to add value to my business. What specialty that you have that can have a long-lasting partnership that you have or you are offering today. So you will come and say, hey, you look like your business is struggling with good customer service, and I'm excellent with that. Then I'll say, okay, so if you can do that, I'm willing to support you with this, and this paradigm. So realistically, this arrangement, instead of looking at is a job interview, try to sell yourself and say, hey, this is what I have, and I actually studied about your own business, and I know these are the challenges of your business. So instead of saying, agreeability, this is, I'm very agreeable. I don't want someone agreeable. I want someone who can come and say, hey, this is the problems as per my, and if you're going for a job, try to learn about that business, what the business and what the challenges that business have. So you go specific. It's like, my study shows that you have struggled in these 3 sectors. And I'm really, really good at these 3 sectors. So given the opportunity, I can help you with that. We are buying help. We are not buying someone to say, if I say right, you say right, if I say wrong. I don't want you to agree. I want to disagree with me up to a certain extent. I say to my team that in every single one of my team meetings, I go and talk to them, like we have got one of those every week. And I say, today I'm going to get an idea, and I'm to try to sell that idea to you. And you'll say to me, no, I do not agree with this, it should be like this. At the end of this meeting, either you convince me or I'll convince you. That's how I manage the business. That's my way of managing my business. So if you're trying to get a job with me, come to me, say, this is what you need and this is what I have. And I'll be so proud to see that someone came asking for a job and that person actually knows what is my problem. Means that person has done some research on my business. Do not come and give me the same resume to every 10 employee or employer. Because when you are sending a resume, do not just copy and paste and send it to everyone. You send the resume, change your skill set based on that. I do not have a time to read a 3-4 page resumes. I need to see what you have done and what is your skills, and that skill means anything to me or not. If you can write program, it might be something great, but it might not need it. So do not tell me that you worked in a software company, for example. Yeah, if I'm in restaurant business, tell me how many restaurants you have worked. So relate yourself. Try to say what is your skill that can help me, so that I'm happy to, accept that help. So the way I see, as a business or as an interview, a job interview, someone is coming to me telling that, because I have seek for help. You asked for a job interview because I have put an advertisement that I need some help with people. So and in that interview, in the job advertisement, it actually says what are the help I need and what are the sector I need to help me. So when you come, go through that job advertisement that I have done, where I'm saying that these are the sectors I need help with. When you come to me and say, hey, I heard you need help in such and such sectors, and I have got the ability on such and such sectors. Here are some examples that I was good at that. That's all we have to say. Thank you.
Look, my fundamental belief in hiring anybody, even as business owners, we hire every employee as a business owner we are hiring. We see this employee as an extension of ourselves. Are they going to serve the customer as if I want to serve them? Are they going to make the Subway sandwich exactly as I make? Most importantly, can I trust? Can I trust this individual? It really doesn't matter what skill you have. I'm just going to go for a heart surgeon job, and I know we have a lot of doctors and surgeons in the audience in there, where the competency of the job is really, really important. You can learn many of the things. And even if you have worked in 5 different restaurants, this restaurant might work very differently than every other restaurant in there. Actually, matter of fact, I actually had a fundamental of this role. I really don't want to hire people from other software companies, because they're going to try to do the job as if they did that company. It's more about whether they were able to learn, like be a trustworthy individual. Like, reveal the eye and establish the fact that you can trust me. And the definition of trust is absence of any doubt. If I'm asked something, will I deliver? Is my employer over here thinking that I'm not telling the truth or something like that? You might even get hired just because you have a flaw. Because that other individual, they're human as well, they're not perfect. They are, they will resonate with what you said and your weaknesses. I don't have an MBA, but apparently in Stanford MBA there is this subject called touchy-feely. And there was a line, I was talking about the entire course in 3 months. And it's a topic of self-awareness. And is that it's a bit of a tongue twister. I am not who I think I am. I am not who you think I am. I am who I think you think I am. It's a bit of a tongue twister. You might need to say it a couple of times in your mind. It took a couple of days to figure this out. I'm going to say it again. I am who I think I am. I am who you think I am. I am who I think you think I am. So basically the perception you're creating. And in that perception in the job interview, if you're creating a mindset that the other individual can trust you, and you have that integrity, you should be successful.
Beautiful. That's amazing. That's another way of looking into the other side. We always say what your strengths are, but it's very interesting how Shamima and Ashika has put into place that finding out how you can help their business and what you're bringing to the table. We are towards the end of this discussion, but I have my last 2 questions, one for Aisha and one for Sabrina Postel. Talking about the various qualities we have just talked about, what's the most one underrated skill or habit that you think everyone should start practicing here soon?
That's beautiful. I can kind of relate to the responses from Shamima and Ashika. It's authenticity that I love having people their own skin. Like, feel comfortable with your own skin, that is the main thing. And if you are doing that, then the trust will follow. People will see that you say what you do and you do what you say. So if you immediately project the right perspective in other people's eyes, you don't have to do the hard work. And if you don't do, then what will happen? Because inside of you, you already know that you're lying. To some extent, it's not exactly who you are. So your non-verbal cue will immediately project that you are somehow like you're not the right version of yourself. And even if you're facing an interview, you're holding a phone and having an over-the-phone conversation with the interviewer, your voice will shake. Your tonality will not project the right personality that you're proposing on your resume. So the number one skill, I would say, authenticity, having the courage to be what you are. And we all are migrants, we all are speaking our second language here, so that is, yay, we are doing a second language so good, so be proud of that, right? So don't feel like I have to be something like that, I have to sound like this. So we don't have to, we just have to make a good meaning what we say, and we just have to be what we are. And to do that, a little bit work on yourself. Do I know myself? Because there is so much inside of you that you keep hiding and hiding. Because as we grow adults, we have layers of experience to the society, to the family, to the institution, to the job, past job that we're doing. And there might be so much negative feedback we have received in our life, or we have so much of blockade. Like, don't do this, don't go there. It's too much to do this for the women. It's not how the women should act. It's not the women should be talking in front of other people. So there is so much of labeling happening when you're growing up. So the thing is, like, go back to your older version, like the child, when you were a child. There is nobody stopping you to tell, like, you cannot do this. So become that authentic version of yourself, and then project your skills and your, not only the skill that you have in your resume, but your skill. I also love art, I also love music, I also love talking to other people. So these are the small things, but it makes a lot of difference when you are in the workplace, when you're interacting with the customers, when you're serving somebody, and that will make you you. So authenticity and understanding yourself, that is the main factor, I should say, everybody should work on, especially for the women.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Aisha. My last question to
Sabrina for today is you talked about the solutions that women can have to empower themselves and the struggles that they face, how they can overcome the struggles. Can you please share some of the solutions with us?
Yeah, I will, but before I forget, I really want to thank SBWN team. Nahika, all the members, volunteers, they are fantastic. They're so united and they work very hard. And I want to thank all the husbands who are here, all the partners who are here to support their wives and partners. So this is really fantastic. Now, I really wish Biva was my mentor when I was a kid. And when I was here in the beginning, I lacked confidence all the time. Now, I just jotted down some points because I know we are running out of time, but I didn't want to miss any point. We can talk outside this panel discussion if you need further clarification. And I'm there in every social media, every platform, so you can contact me. Now, the solutions, I think, first of all, job preparation. And most of us, we don't know how to prepare ourselves for the job. So there are a number of avenues, there are a number of organizations who help with that. So reach them and get some help. Reach your mentor, other people spoke about that. And job is not the only solution. We have to think about business. A lot of women do home-based business. From my organization, the one I run, we have her business program funded by Videography Association here in Australia. So we help very grassroots women to understand how to start a business. It's not only about the product, it's about how to even talk to people, how to market your product, how to get an ABN, what is TFN. As a migrant woman, I didn't know what TFN or ABN was in the beginning. So business. The third point is we can think differently. Someone was teacher in Bangladesh doesn't mean the person has to keep teaching here. There are a lot of opportunities. If you're passionate about teaching or any other job, that's different. There are so many opportunities in Australia that we can avail. For example, women in construction. In Bangladesh, I never saw any women in construction, or in India, Pakistan, I think it's very rare. But here, a lot of women are in construction. And all these points, business, job, construction, women in construction, you can get more information from these organizations who are here. For example, we have Nazik here. I talked about AYC, CMRC, my organization, all the organizations, they can help you to reach that. The fourth point is online platform, what should I say, the benefit of having a lot of information online. A new app will be launched because they contacted me, that's how I know it. It's called Shetu. Shetu will be only for Bangladeshi community in Australia. So you can, if you are doing a home-based business, you can put your ad there, you can reach your customer. If you are looking for someone for your work, you can reach them through that app. So that will be launched soon, you can see that. There are a lot of information available online. For example, I know a team called the Sisterhood. There are a lot of questions there. If you don't know anything, at least you know Facebook, at least you know you can search Google. Put the question there and get some direction. And the last point is help, the support, inside and outside home. Outside we have these fantastic entrepreneurs coming by and we have these people who can probably support you to get the first step in the job market. And there are other people, there are a lot of doctors here. They have chambers, like businesses, so you can support. And inside home, and organizations like SBWN or the organization I run, we can have more programs like this. This is the first event I've ever had in Bangladeshi community. We can have more talk like that and bring students. And support inside home is very important. We need to give the support. Not objective is not a support. Give actual support. So if a woman is busy with something, help that woman to do her work. So, and help give the mental support and the physical support as well, so that she can do what she wants to do. I mean, we never had any problem with men doing things. We always have a problem with women doing things. So let's have a different mindset and let's keep learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for a very powerful response, It's amazing how this defining ideas, defining advices can give so much hope to those who are actually waiting. Since we're coming towards the end of our discussion today, I will open the floor to the audience. If anyone has any question, please raise your hand. We have an MC down there, Noraku. She will reach out to you with any of the questions that you would ask. Any questions from anyone?
Thank you. My question is for Mr. Shamim. You've told about all your journey here. What advice would you have for someone who is looking into transitioning into your industry or your role? So, what should be the first set of skills or advices they should be looking towards before they transition into your role or industry?
Not specifically even in my field, with any businesses or any field you want to go, it's always a good idea to learn or do some research on that. Now, working in that field, I think is one of the best way of researching it, because you are living really that. But in saying this, not all of us will have the time and opportunity to do that. So, you really need to ask yourself, when you're thinking to do a business, or when you're thinking to get into a field, what's the thing that's driving you towards that? Is it because one of your friends does it and you feel like that's a good business and I should do that as well? Or do you actually like it? Or that business that you're thinking of doing, you see yourself doing for years to come. So I think not like everyone else was saying here, you have to say, know yourself. Do not just go and run and think to do something just because it looks good or it looks exciting. You really need to ask yourself, do you see yourself doing it for years to come? And if you say, yes, this is what I want to do, then obviously mentor, doing some research these days, Ashika was saying about AI, they're literally everywhere. You can do it, but like I said, do your research, learn about things. There is no better way of doing it than doing, sometimes I feel like I see myself doing it. I want to do PhD. And I said, okay, I want to do PhD. I organized someone to take some of the lower level. And I can start reading some articles and things or thesis, and then I feel like, no, this is not my thing. So sometimes you feel like you want to do something and you really like it, I want you to put yourself to that in a practical way that you know very, very soon this is something I should do. So do not jump into something that looks flashy, because everything that looks nice, not necessarily for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's something absolutely well said. So we go back to the same, know yourself, know your strengths, your skills, what you want to do, what comes from the heart, and transfer that into something that is needed here in Australia. And one part is also volunteering. And I know a lot of people need to work because, you need to be able to pay the bills and put food on the table, but volunteering so that you test out, apart from the research, 100% agree, and apart from the frame of mind, it's also the volunteering, which will give you an insight into the line of business, be it Subway, be it IT, be it community services. Just try it before you jump into it, because it might turn out to be what you really want to do.
Thank you so much, Aurelia, for beautiful advice. Look, I think I can keep going, but I know there is a limitation of time we have today. There's a lot of wisdom in this room. There's a lot of wisdom among these panels. This has been such an uplifting and an eye-opening discussion today. Thank you, everyone. You have uplifted me today. I'm sure there are a lot of young ladies and men out there who have got uplifted like you guys today. I think we can all agree that this is the powerful exchange of stories, strength, and inspiration. Can I have a round of applause for the 5 amazing speakers that we have today? Thank you so much. Can I please ask Laura and Anna to be on the stage? Thank you. The floor is all yours.
Thank you, Laura.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Amazing panel. Thank you, Huma. Can you come to the Hyderabad? I think my key call out is really know yourself. That's my key call out today. Thank you, Abba.
Assalamu alaikum shabake. I was watching this, sitting there and watching these beautiful people, and I don't know how to explain, but looking at the stage, looking at the people that I was following for a long time, and then looking at the whole hall that I was hoping or I was dreaming for, we all were dreaming for a long time. It actually felt like a dream. You all look wonderful. Thank you. আমি একটা ছোট্ট গল্প বলি, জাস্ট বেশিক্ষণ না, few seconds. 25 years back, 25 বছর আগে আমি যখন সিডনি এসেছি, sorry I'm very long, 2 years old son and 5 years old another son. We had 2 suitcases and 2 certificates that we all had, and we needed a lot of things in our life. We needed a good school for our kids, we needed a house to rent, we needed something to buy for like a car or something if possible. We needed job, we needed some money. And those days, our Bangladeshi community was not as big or as connected as there was no social media these days. And that time in whole Australia, there was not even one person from my background who was professionally working. Not even in Sydney, no Brisbane, not Adelaide. There was no Bangladeshi dentist practicing that time. So we were lost because we had, coming from a middle class family, we had family back there who were counting on us. They knew that we know that we have to support them. Lot of expectations from our shoulder. So every morning, I used to go out. I still can close my eyes and I can see that in hot summer day, Gorom, Australian summer, খুবই গরম. On my foot, I used to walk from Westmead to Parramatta, knock every single clinic, every single dental clinic, and ask same question very politely. Can you please allow me just half an hour? I just want to see how you work here. That's the only question, because I needed to write it down on my CV. I needed to write that local reference, and that was crucial. That time there was a job advertisement going on for dental assistant, not even a dentist, dental assistant. But the criteria was you have to have a local experience or a local referee, and I didn't have any. So after working 3 days, morning till night, Gorom on my foot, living in the 2 little kids in someone else's friend's house, mom, dad going to find something, job. And I came back getting rejected every time. Now I know why, because there was privacy issue, there was confidentiality. Nobody will allow someone unknown to walk in the surgery and watch their patient. And after all these years, after 25 years, I have nearly 200 Bangladeshi women who worked with me in my few surgeries, different time of the year. I have 75,000 of my own patient. But every time something happened, I close my eyes and I thank that Apu, that unknown Apu. So this is their hand, giving all the options, all the stalls here. I wish we had them. So that's one of the story. But let's talk about another little stories. You know how I used to feel that Apu like an angel. For me, she was like an angel. Now I work with many more angels in my life. We have a group of passionate women who are already here working in Australia and different area, but they are dedicating their time. They are dedicating voluntarily to help our community, and that's our Sydney Bangla Women's Network. These are the girls. If you just give them one idea, you just tell them that, look, she needs that. Like, she doesn't have a job. She needs sometimes it's hard to a woman to find even the accommodation. Like, nobody wants to give a single woman a place to live sometime. And we have a team. They will, one person talks, 30 of them jump. They all start, giving ideas, sharing links, connecting with others, planning everything. They all do it together. So that's the group, our dream. Can I please call my Sydney Bangla Women's Network group here, please? I just want them to be here. We can give the present. I know we have some present for our panel as well. Let's start with them, just thanking them from Sydney Bangla Women's Network. But then I will love to have all our members here, please. Thank you, Isabelle. Beautifully made by our own ladies, all members. These decorations, this food, everything by women, Bangladeshi women, and they're capable of doing anything. Thank you very much. Thank you. Can I please have all our members here, if we may, please? And can I please have a round of applause for everybody? Shabai, they were working day and night for months to bring this together. Many of the students, they requested us that someday work is, they get more payment, but can we have this recorded? So please, big round of applause to our Sydney Bangla Women's Network. It's okay, you are member. Come in, please. Ashu. Apu down. Ashte hobe na. They need to know, like, if anyone needs any hands so that they can contact any of us. Thank you. So, আমি বেশি কথা বলবো না, but আমাদের Bangladeshi community-তে, this is the first time we are organizing a job fair and career summit. So I hope it's going to keep happening. If we can help even 5 women, we'll feel that we have done our job properly. Thank you. Naina, I'll just pass it to you.
Thank you so much, esteemed panelists. It was amazing. I definitely took some amazing facts and put it in my little kit of ideas. My favorite probably was that our brains lying to us. So that was really, really, really amazing. You need to challenge your brain, who is thinking of you to be safe, and say, I can do this, I can challenge. Thank you, brain. Don't listen to the negativity. That is definitely my favorite advice today, and among all that was given. We are going to take a little refreshment break. Let's come back at 2:30. Please mingle as we introduce all the organizations around the corner. Grab some food on the bottom right-hand side. And when we come back, we will introduce our workshops and who's hosting them and the location of the different workshops. Thank you, everyone. Let's come back 2:30. Thank you very much.
Just for one more minute, before you all go, I know the food is ready, I know you all are hungry. Can I please call Sabit and Huma here? Those are the two wonderful ladies that worked so tirelessly this few months. So just a big round of applause to girls. Even at night, 12 o'clock, they are working. So if it's okay, just give us one more minute. I want to hear something from Sapoy. You are doing so much, like passionately, what actually drives you to be here.
Thank you everyone, I will take very long. 5 years ago, myself and my family we moved to Australia. So college I am from new migrant and like how we still feel this way. So we didn't know anyone back here. We do not have any family members, we just had a number of friends. That's about it. So Bangladeshe থাকা অবস্থায় আমি ওখানে যখন corporate job করতাম, so I did ask a few people that in Australia করছি So ওখান থেকে one of these ভাইয়াস gave me his number, বড় ভাইয়ের নাম্বার দিলেন। বললেন উনি অনেক বড় একটা ব্যাংকে চাকরি করেন, আমার সাথে কথা বলেন। গিয়ে কিছু একটা সুবিধা করতে ঠিক আছে, আমি এখন আসলাম। এসে I picked up the phone. বড় ভাইকে জিজ্ঞেস করলাম, ভাইয়া I'm just new in this country, I don't know anyone, don't have any relatives or anyone I know much. Can you tell me how I can move forward from here? What can I do? So he asked me a couple of questions, and then look, as a first-time new migrant coming to a brand new country from Bangladesh, it doesn't matter how many years of corporate job you've done, over here you don't have any work. If an Australian employees need an Australian experience for you to do a job, আপনি better petrol station গিয়ে try করেন, এরকম পাবেন। এরপর কি করলাম? What do you think I did? Earport, the story turns 360. Earport, I believed in myself, I listened to myself, and I said no. There is no chance for me to go back. That thing really shattered my heart into 100 pieces. I thought, wrap whatever Bangladesh back to it. This is not, I don't think I'll be able to make that phone call with that girl. But then I turned the 360 story, and then I said, no, I'll listen to myself. There is no option for me to go back now in Bangladesh. I'm here for good. I have to do something. So my children are here, Nawaf and Liana said hi. My kids are here, my husband is here. So when I first started in their school, I used to take them in the morning for Vidish and ওখানে গিয়ে একটা volunteering job নিলাম প্রথমে। Volunteering is not a job, so they don't pay me, I just volunteer. Went to the school and offered my hand and said, I want to do something for you. So they offered me 3 months or so আমি করলাম, and in parallel আমি কিন্তু জবের অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করছিলাম আশার hundreds and hundreds of resume করেছি, ইন্টারভিউ আসছিল, জব ইন্টারভিউ দিচ্ছিলাম in parallel। 3 মাসের মধ্যে April here I landed my first job in Australia, and in one of the biggest Commonwealth banks. কেমন স্টোরি ঘুরে ফেললাম? How did you like the twist? So after a year, it doesn't matter তোমাকে কে কি বলেছে, it doesn't matter. Listen to yourself, always believe in yourself, say that I can do it, I can shatter any glass ceiling that I can, no matter what anybody tells me. I don't need to feel worried, I don't need to look down upon myself. If I believe in myself, there is nothing that I can stop doing. So on that note, এটাই বলছিলাম, যখন আমি আমরা এখানে সিডনি বাংলাদেশে যখন আমরা ফোন করি আপনাদের সাথে কথা বলি, we try to be that mentor for you, and then I think I wish I had a mentor like this when I first started. I didn't have a mentor like you, a forum like this, or anybody to tell me. But now, here, we are here for you guys. Thank you so much, Sydney Women's Network, for giving us that platform and making us be part of this volunteering. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. We did what our community expected from us. It's always time, it's always best to give back to the community. My life as a migrant has been a little more seamless, like a lot of us, alhamdulillah for that, and it's a bit different, but my struggles were more in the country that I was born in, rather than in a country where I made my new home. আমরা দুই বোন, so ছোটবেলা থেকে একটা কথা খুব শুনতে হয়েছে, আহারে তোমাদের কোনো ভাই নাই, আহারে in my house, outside, anywhere I go. It's beyond borders, it's beyond Australia, beyond Bangladesh, anywhere I go. I empower women, may it be my mother, may it be my sister, may it be my mother-in-law. I have been brought up by a very strong woman of my life, my grandmother. She's no longer with me, but I've seen her doing what she has done, lost her husband during liberation when she was only 29 with 5 kids, grew them up and lived her life, I would say, fully, and then she had to say goodbye to all of us. So being born into that family, and as Ashik Bhai said, he always shares with his wife. I have been empowered by 3 amazing males in my life as well, my husband, my father, and my father-in-law. So all the men in this room, I really expect all of you to support the women in your family and empower them to what they want to achieve. That's all from me. Thank you.
Amazing, thank you. These two have been working tireless, Huma and Sabit. I love that. I love what you had to say, that you wanted to be the mentor that you didn't have. And also, Huma, your 3 male inspirations that got you here. Behind every successful woman, there is a man, for sure. Let's take a break. Let's come back at 2:40 for our workshops. Thank you, everyone.
খুব ভালো লাগলো আজকের এই প্রোগ্রাম শুনে আমাদের অ্যামেজিং ট্যালেন্টেড প্যানেল ইচ অ্যান্ড এভরি ওয়ানের ইনসাইট দেয়ার অ্যাডভাইস দেয়ার ওন লাইফ এক্সপিরিয়েন্স ইজ অ্যামেজিং অ্যান্ড এভরি লাইক দেয়ার ইজ লার্নিং ইন এভরি ওয়ার্ডস ইন দেয়ার speech, in their conversation. Thank you so much for organizing this. It's an amazing experience and eye-opener that how amazing our community is doing in professional sector and how we can help each other going further and beyond. Thank you.
সো আমি প্রথমেই থ্যাঙ্কস জানাতে চাই নাহিদ সামা আপুকে আমাকে এখানে ইনভাইট করার জন্য। আমি আজকে আমার খুবই ভালো লাগছে আমি এখানে আসছি বিকজ এখানে আসার পরে আমি মোস্টলি যে জিনিসটা জানতে পারছি হাউ টু ডেভেলপ পার্সোনাল স্কিল, সেলফ কেয়ার, how to communicate, and also how to be confident about our own language and culture, that it is okay to be Bangladeshi in Australia. So আমি আজকে একটা জিনিস ফিল করতে পারছি যে আমরা আসলে আমাদের নিজেদের প্রতি খুবই কনফিডেন্ট হওয়া উচিত। সো অনেক সিচুয়েশন আমরা ফেস করি, আমরা ডিমোটিভেটেড হই। সো সেখান থেকে কিভাবে নিজেদেরকে কনফিডেন্ট করব সেই বিষয়টা এই সেমিনারটা থেকে আমি মোস্টলি জানতে পারছি। এটার জন্য এখন আমি সত্যি খুব কনফিডেন্ট ফিল করতেছি। আই নো আমি কি করতে চাই বা কি করতে পারবো। থ্যাংক ইউ অ্যাগেইন ফর ইনভাইটিং মি ইন দিস সেমিনার। থ্যাংক ইউ।
আজকে SBWN এর এই বড় প্রোগ্রামে অনেকে এসেছে, এটা আমাদের একটা বিরাট সার্থকতা যে আমরা অনেককে আনতে পেরেছি। From SBWN's point of view, we want to give to the community, and what is a better way than getting them job ready, getting them a way to